So, John, you're coming to Shays Buffalo Theater on April 22nd. You played Niagara Falls a couple times in the past few years, Rochester, but I think this is, if I'm correct, your first time in Buffalo since '05.
That sounds about right. I haven't been to Buffalo in quite a while, and I'm excited to come back.
Do you remember anything from your last performance here?
21 years? I do not remember.
Now, what can people expect from the show?
Well, this show is really all about really getting to know me in a much more intimate way. This is like the purest, most authentic version of me. It's just me on the piano. I do a lot of songs from throughout my career, but also tell a lot of stories. The stories that kind of made me who I am as an artist, as a musician, as a person, and I find that a lot of my fans really love this show, maybe more than any other show that I do, because it's so pure and it's so unique when you think about the other shows that you can go see for an artist, and unique relative to the other shows that I would do myself. We just finished the Get Lifted 20 tour, full band, much more of a party, which was a lot of fun too. But this is the most pure, the most authentic, the most intimate version of me as an artist. And I really enjoy doing the show. And I think a lot of my fans enjoy it too.
You recently played the Music Cares Mariah Carey kind of Performer of the Year show.
Yeah.
What does that cause mean to you? And I guess having played Mariah's music, what does her music mean to you?
Well, Mariah is one of our most iconic artists of all time. She's not only a great singer, but she wrote or co-wrote almost all the hits that uh, she made over the years. And so she's a great artist, a great songwriter, a great performer, just all those things. And obviously, those songs have meant so much to so many people. And she asked me to be part of the tribute, and I wasn't sure. I was like, I felt like there would be all these amazing pop divas there to honor her. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be the right person, but she asked me to sing Hero.
Mhm.
And it was truly an honor to do that song. It's such a beautiful song and it's so meaningful to so many people. And I did post, though, that I was very nervous once I sat down at the piano and she was in my direct line of sight. And I was like, man, I better not mess this up. And as I said in my post, my wife Chrissy is one of her biggest fans too. So I had even more pressure because I didn't want to embarrass Chrissy either. So it was some pressure, and I was a little nervous, but I was happy with how it all turned out, and I was happy that Mariah seemed to like it as well. She gave me a standing ovation. So it all went well, but it was a bit nerve-wracking, I will say that.
Yeah, I could imagine. Uh, Now, it being Black History Month, I was listening to an interview you did with TED Talks the other day.
Yeah.
You mentioned you wrote an essay in high school about
Mm,
how you intended to make Black history, and you've kind of exactly followed how you described
mm.
you wrote in that essay. And I just wanted to know if you could go back and talk to that 15-year-old kid now, what you would say to him.
Yeah, and I talk about that essay in my show that I'm going to be doing in Buffalo, and my father showed that essay to me, well into my career, and I had forgotten about it. But when I saw it moved me so much because I was like, wow, all these things I wanted for myself and aspired to, I pretty much am doing them, and I felt so moved by that and grateful for that. That I've been able to live my dreams. And if I were to talk to my 15-year-old self, um, I guess I would say keep doing what you're doing because it's going to work out the way you want it to. But there's all kinds of ups and downs that you're going to face in that path. And there was plenty of times I was disappointed and things didn't work out the way I wanted them to. I got turned down by every major record label before I got signed. There were, songs or albums that didn't have the kind of success that I wanted them to have, or expected them to have. So there's always going to be disappointment and setbacks, but I feel so grateful that I've been able to, at the core, live the dream that I had for myself back when I was 15.
Now, you are an incredible piano player and an incredible singer. And I
Thank you.
just want to know if you had to choose one of those things to do for the rest of your life, which path you would pick.
Well, I would side a little bit more with singing over playing, but they've always gone hand in hand for me, and I uh, I don't forget about how important songwriting is for me too. Songwriting is such a huge part of who I am as an artist, and how I create and have an impact in the world. I feel like I couldn't do it without being a songwriter,
Mhm.
and so I think of all three of those things kind of as intertwined for me as all part of my artistry.
That's, I guess, something I did not think to include in that question was your song because you're
Yeah,
also an
it's
amazing
all
singer.
part of who I am, and it
Right.
feels like in some ways it feels like a superpower because it's like
Mhm.
you're able to create something that didn't exist before and put it out
Right.
into the world. It's such a powerful thing to be able to do, and I'm grateful for that part of my creativity and my artistry.
And now, in addition to being, an incredible artist, you're very smart. I like didn't even realize you graduated 2 years early, and like obviously you're an EGOT winner. Like everything, um, how does that come into play? I guess like where does um your education and everything you like learned go into um your songwriting and your performance and how that's shaped you.
Well, I had the good fortune of being accepted at the University of Pennsylvania. I went to that great school and studied English, and my concentration in my English major was African American literature and culture. And so I do feel like um, being exposed to so much literature and being trained in essay writing and writing convincingly and connecting to other artists and authors and writers, I think has helped me as a creative person to be the best songwriter I can be, and to interact. I'm working on Broadway right now, interact with book writers, and have a certain level of kind of literary training and literary connection. I think it's all been helpful to me as a songwriter and as an artist. And I'm grateful for all the experiences that I've had, and particularly being in college and meeting other creative people and talking with professors who are doing interesting things in the world and writing interesting books. I think all that has informed my artistry.
And now last night during the Super Bowl, the trailer for season 29 of The Voice aired.
Yes.
How do you feel about it? It's your 11th year as a judge. How are you feeling about it?
I'm so grateful. I love the opportunity to meet all these new artists that are trying to be heard and seen, and some of them are so gifted, and all they need is that opportunity to be seen and heard. And as coaches, it's inspiring for us because it connects us back to that version of ourselves that was trying to be seen and heard. And it also just kind of breathes new life into your own artistry and creativity when you're meeting all these new artists who have this dream to be where you are. I think it's very inspiring and reinvigorating for me. And I've really enjoyed being a part of The Voice now for 11 seasons.
And as far as you talk about up and coming artists, as far as more like accomplished artists, you've collaborated in one way or another, whether you've done backing vocals or directly
Yeah.
featured on a song or they featured on your song, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, Lauryn Hill, Mary J. Blige, like the list goes on.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you haven't worked with yet that you would be interested in working
Beyonce, that'd be cool.
with? That's an easy one.
Kendrick Lamar, those are two of my favorite artists, and I've gone to see both of them live many times, and those are two artists that I admire a lot, who I haven't worked with.
And now the last thing I have for you. So as one of 22 EGOT winners, and the first sexiest man alive to win the EGOT, there's a number of people: Cynthia Erivo, Hugh Jackman, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Julie Andrews, Eminem, if he decides to get into, musical theater, who are one
One
award
letter
away.
away.
If you had to predict who would be next, who do you think?
I do have to say, just for a moment, for some Ohio pride, that the latest EGOT is one of the greatest directors of all time, Steven Spielberg, and he is from my home state. So we are the only two Ohio EGOT winners. He's from Cincinnati, and I'm from Springfield. And so we're very excited to welcome the great Steven Spielberg to the EGOT community as the second EGOT from Ohio.
Oh,
I would love to see Cynthia. I
mhm,
love Cynthia. She's fantastic. I've gotten to spend time with her, and we've done a duet together of God Only Knows, the great Brian Wilson song.
mhm.
And so I would love to see Cynthia cross over into EGOT land. And then my brother, Common, is only one letter away, I believe, as well. And we won an Oscar together.
Mhm.
So I think he only needs a Tony now. And so hopefully we'll get him across the threshold too. He's dating an EGOT right now in Jennifer Hudson.
And now, is there anything else that I haven't asked that you would like the people of Buffalo to know ahead of your show in April?
Well, like I said, this is pretty much my favorite show to do. I've done all kinds of tours over the years, but this show is special because it's really intimate and it's about us getting to know each other. And hopefully, the good folks of Buffalo, who I haven't seen in too long, will enjoy getting to know me in this way. I feel like it's a really special experience, and I'm excited to bring it to Buffalo.
Awesome. Well, John, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your day.
Take care.